audio anytime soon. I probably should pull up Twitch now so I can actually see what's going on. I heard
Well, I heard the bangs.
I heard it too. No, that's not who I wanted to look at.
We are live.
Well, that's one thing. We're live.
And I can hear us. So
well, all right. Do we sound okay, Kim? Not sane, just okay.
Right.
All right.
Yeah, we sound fine.
Okay. Well then, I think we're good. We're good to go.
Yeah, I think we can kick this pig, as it were.
That's racist against pigs. Jeez. Here we go.
I like bacon.
Don't tell Phil. He likes being vegan, except for the whole bacon thing. Just saying, bacon
I know.
Can crack Phil. Anybody. I bet if you put some hot bacon in front of him, he would be hard pressed not to eat it. Just saying.
I know, right? Slobbering at the mouth. Let's not eat the bacon.
In fact, now I just want to go to a vegan party and just have sizzling hot bacon. Just let it permeate in the air. Okay, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all are listening to the Overseas Connection podcast.
Shut up and sit down.
Here we go!
Would you kindly?
I think we're just getting started.
Medic!
I'm a witcher.
I think this is more than you can handle.
He sits on his ass all day.
Let's do this.
Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in to episode 876 of the Overseas Connection podcast. Today is March 1st, 2026, and the show title is appropriate, A Crazy Week. We'll get into all of that and more as we dive into the show, but first and foremost, joining me today, and only joining me today, Miss Kim Woods. Kim, how are you?
Good. Happy to be here, and apparently I didn't have anything else to do, so here I am. So,
unlike everybody else, we'll get into those updates shortly. We do this every Sunday. It is, typically 8 p.m. in the UK, 12 p.m. in the West Coast, 3 p.m. in the East Coast, and if you have to be in the Central Time Zone, and I do mean that, have to be, it's 2 p.m. your time. We do this on Twitch. We do this on YouTube. We also put forward an audio version. So if you're listening to this while you're at the gym, you're welcome. Let's see here. We do have a couple of birthdays to discuss. We've got other business to discuss, like why isn't Chris or Mark here? So Chris, actually, he announced this last week. He said he had something to do with his son's track meet. So, it was a church outing, I think. I could be wrong.
Something
Maybe
like
that. It might just be that he is in some clandestine spot over in the Middle East waging war. Even though he's trying to retire, who knows? There's a lot of options that could be happening with Mr. Matthew. However, I think at least one of those options I just discussed is accurate. So hopefully he is having a wonderful time. Much like Boomer in the chat. Boomer.
Yes.
Hello. Yeah. Somebody not having a wonderful time. Can we just talk about Mark? He has done everything possible to avoid the podcast. Unlike your cat. Your cat even made it on the podcast. Mark could not be bothered. Mario is here. Not Mark. Mario is here on the podcast. Mark, actually, in all seriousness, I was going to do this during our update. We might as well talk about it now. Mark is actually going through quite the health issue. He had a cerebrospinal fluid leak. And if that sounds horrible, I feel like it that's accurate. It does sound horrible. Basically, cerebral fluid leaking out. I don't know where it goes. He just basically said, my cerebral fluid has decided to fuck off. And so they are doing an epidural blood patch, which that procedure happened this morning on Sunday. And apparently it went well. So we are wishing him a speedy recovery. And, and maybe, with this changing of cerebral fluids, maybe he will come around on football and start to love the NFL, because clearly he was not in his right mind before. And he just couldn't get on to football. So, again, the Lord works in mysterious ways. And maybe this is how he is helping Mark move forward to a path of liking real sports. But no, Mark, we wish you all the best and a quick and speedy recovery. Let us know when you're ready to come back. The door is open. We'll leave the tinfoil hat there for you as well. We've got patches, all kinds of things. Anyway, that's the gist of that. We do have a couple of birthdays. Happy birthday, Nick. March 4th is his birthday, Nick Ald. And then Brian Russo, also March 1st. Happy birthday to the two of you. Happy birthday! There we go. Mario's getting into trouble, apparently.
Yeah, oh yeah, and there may be a cat fight break out here shortly. Mario's back here
Awesome.
with another cat, and I heard growling. So
Best thing you could do, Kim, just get in the way of the cats. Just get in the middle of the
Right.
cat fight. Absolutely nothing bad can come of that.
no, no.
No. All right, let's talk some story time.
Everyone here loves story time, our favorite time of the day.
Kim, do we need to talk about the weather real quickly? I see that's a topic of choice in the chat.
Well, it is kind of cold here. After we had 70 degrees, believe it or not, we had 70 degrees on Friday. But after that, it's kind of went back down again. But good news is, if we can make it through this week, it will start warming up, because of course spring is right around the corner. So
Spring indeed is around the corner. It's already kind of hitting us early. We were 74 on Friday, 76 yesterday. I mean, it was just like, let's break out the beach chairs. Let's get the pool going. But no, it's already back down to mid 60s today.
Yeah, the amount of people I saw wearing shorts Friday was ridiculous. So I mean, I kind of wished I would have wore shorts Friday. To be fair, like I said, it was like 70 some degrees outside. But they live.
Yeah, for me, the barometer on the weather turning is twofold.
Mm-hmm.
It's what I wear at night pre-sleep.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So, and what I mean by that, for those, I either like during wintertime, I have kind of long pajama pants, right? Summertime, I'm all about the short pajama pants.
Of course.
Not the briefs, just shorts.
Right.
Just with clear distinction.
Right.
I don't wear the Speedo like Mark does. I don't wear the thong like Chris does. But
All right.
yeah, I'm not that, I can't roll that way. I do have shorts though, pajama shorts. So I broke those out this past week. So it was just that right mix of temperature. I'm like, I'm not feeling the long pants anymore. Feeling the shorts, but it wasn't quite warm enough to just like really love wearing the shorts. And then in the mornings, it's been very cold. So going to the gym at 4:00 in the morning, I'm like, oh, no, I'm putting on pants. But past couple days, shorts, tank top, out in force. So
there you go.
Good weather's around the corner.
It's coming.
Now that we covered the most important
19
thing.
days. So, right.
Yeah. How are the horses doing?
Oh my God. My horse is, one horse is an asshole. The other one's fine. But anyway, funny story, and I'm sure y'all will get a chuckle out of this. I did once I got over it. One horse, Copper, he's the old man of the group. He was up at the gate the other day, and he was just making noise. And I'm like, okay, where's Junior? Where's the younger one? And of course, he's still a stud, so he hasn't gotten out other than when, Dad left the gate open. But every once in a while, if he doesn't show up for a little bit, I get nervous, so I go out and check. So I thought, well, Copper's at the gate. I should probably go check and see where Junior's at. So I run out there. Well, don't run, because I'm in mud boots. And if you've ever tried to run in mud boots, more power to you, because my ass ain't doing it. It's just not happening.
And mud boots,
anyway,
for the record, mud boots,
Right.
I would assume a little heavier version of galoshes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, they're big, especially mine, because my feet get really cold in the wintertime, so I get the heavily insulated ones, and I wear them all year round anyway. It doesn't matter.
Okay. That's
But
quite
anyway,
a
I
fashion
get
statement
those.
for the record.
I know, but I do. I wear them with shorts in the summertime when I'm out doing chores when it's muddy out. So whatever, I don't care. and mine are 10 pounds, just each boot. So
Right.
imagine me sitting there in the pasture trying to run with these. It's just not gonna happen. And anyway, so I walk out the pasture and I go to start whistling for Junior, expecting him to show up. I'm sitting there, and by this time I've been out there already 10 minutes. No Junior. So I'm starting to get a little paranoid, but I'm watching traffic go by because, you know, we live on a highway. So, of course, if there's going to be a horse out in the road, you're going to notice it when the traffic goes by. I don't see anything weird. So I'm like, okay, maybe he's just over in the hayfield. And it takes a little bit for him to get back where I'm at. So I'm sitting there and I'm just whistling. I'm not paying attention to I went through one gate and then we have another gate. Well, I'm not paying attention to the second gate. My back is to it. And I'm just whistling away, wanting to know where this damned horse is. And about this time, for whatever reason, I decide to turn around. Well, guess who's standing behind me? My fucking horse, Junior. He's probably been standing there for probably the last 15 minutes as I'm whistling away, trying
He's
to
just
find
mocking
him.
you.
Yeah, he's just standing there going like, why are you standing there whistling for me, you dumbass?
Right.
I'm right here. you
Right
know?
behind you. Just pull your head out of your ass, lady. I'm right behind you.
Right. If he'd have walked up and probably put his nose on my shoulder, well, one, I probably would have shit my pants because I didn't know he was back there. But
Now, did you have like headphones on or anything to just like earbuds?
No, I just
you were just
No, not that I-
oblivious to a horse walking up behind you. Kim,
Yeah,
I fear for your
yeah.
life if you should ever get into a situation that you're trying to be stealthy. I'm just saying.
well, I can't be stealthy anyway. We already know that. So I can't even do it in video games. But anyway, so yeah, here's this 1,000-pound horse standing there behind me, just looking at me, going, I don't know why she's whistling. I'm standing right here. But he was nice, and he stood there, and he let me, you know, pet him on the nose a few times because he's not exactly broke. But
Okay.
it's funny because I can pet him, but my father can't. My dad can probably
Interesting.
count on one hand how many times he's been able to reach out and pet him on the nose. Meanwhile, I can stand there and I can, you know, rub up and down on this horse's face, and he has no issue at all. But yeah, so he let me at least pet him as I was sitting there, calling him every name in the book because I stood there like a moron for 20 minutes whistling for a horse that was standing right
Wow.
behind me. So, and you know, if horses could laugh, I'm sure he would have, and
Oh,
I'm sure the other
you
one
know,
was too.
you know, he was laughing at you.
Oh,
He's
totally.
just like,
Yeah, he's like,
seriously, I'm right here. When is she going to turn
yeah,
around?
right. What's she gonna turn around? Look at me.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was my story. So yeah, my horse Junior is an asshole, and well, Copper is too, because I'm sure Copper was just standing there going, yeah, he's right there, and I'm just gonna laugh at her the entire time. So you know, life on the farm, it's fun.
Well, something not farm related. We need to talk about
No.
this. Jersey Mike's. Is
Yes,
this a instant review? What are we talking here?
A little bit, yes. We went to, like I said, Friday. It was 70 degrees. My sister and I decided we were going to go get groceries, and we went to Quincy, Illinois, which is about an hour and so many away from me, and because they've got a Sam's Club and a Walmart and all the, you know, all the bigger stores that, of course, in my little bitty town we don't have. And while we were there, my sister looks over at me. It's getting about lunchtime, and she's like, have you ever been to Jersey Mike's? And I'm looking at her going, well, no, of course not. We don't have one where I live, so how the hell would I have Jersey Mike's? She's like, well, you need to try it. She says, I've ate there, and she says,
Okay.
trust me, it blows Subway out of the water. I'm like, okay. So we go there, and we're looking through what our options are. And if you've ever been to Jersey Mike's, you'll know this. I got the Big Kahuna. So is what they call it. It's basically a gigantic Philly cheesesteak with, like, all the stuff on it.
Okay.
So we got it, and she's like, well, what size do you want? And apparently she said, I got the giant. She's like, well, that's another foot and a half compared to what a Subway is. I'm like, all right. So anyway, I got it. We got home, and of
It's a
course,
freaking massive
eat it for lunch.
sandwich.
I know. I did not realize this, but that's what she said. She's like, it's like a foot and a half compared to what a size of
Right.
a Subway sandwich is. And I'm like, okay, but yeah, but you know, the small one was like $10, and of course the giant is like $20. And I'm like, huh. And I'm of course thinking of this as, well, okay, I can eat half of it for lunch, and I have the other half for supper. You know,
Right.
I'm thinking ahead.
Okay.
So,
All right.
Anyway, we get there and we get our sandwiches, and we decide it's hot and we're not really that hungry, so I bring it home. So I still hadn't had it yet. So supper, I broke it out and ate half of it. Oh god damn! If she wasn't right, those are really good. I actually think I like it better than Subway's. So believe it or not.
So, I just, you know, not to sound like a sandwich snob, but like if I'm gonna
Right.
rank or tier sandwich places, Subway is towards the bottom.
well, right.
Mostly just because of how they handle everything is exactly measured out. It's such so it just always feels to me like you don't really get
Right.
a full sandwich from Subway.
Exactly.
I do like their
Right.
bread. I will give them that.
Mm-hmm.
But beyond that, I'm like, eh. Jersey Mike's, we have one near us as well.
Uh-huh.
I've only had it a couple times.
Right.
I'm neither like moved, and so the other thing is we have another sandwich shop out here called Togo's, and so those
Right.
and we have another sandwich shop which we've kind of gravitated to, but I don't know that it's necessarily worth the price difference, called West Coast Sourdough. And so everything, obviously sourdough bread, which I love, but
Right.
they're a little on the pricier side. Jersey Mike's actually, I want to say it's in that kind of 2-3 spot for me in terms of ranking of sandwich shops.
Yeah.
And Subway is a distant fourth. You can do better, Kim.
Yeah.
Do better than Subway.
Well,
Just saying.
I realize that, but Subway is usually the only thing we have around here. So work with what
Fair.
I've got.
Fair.
So
Does
you
your
know,
grocery store have a deli inside of it?
It does.
See, that's
but I don't know
that's a hidden gem usually. Get your
Right.
sandwich made at a grocery deli. It won't
Okay.
cost you an
They
arm
do
and a
have pretty
leg.
good tenderloins, though. I have had those.
There you
But
go.
yeah, so anyway, Jersey Mike's. If you haven't had it, I don't know. Like I said, it's food is it's different for everybody. You may hate it, I may love it. It's just kind of the way it works. But I don't know. Like I said, it was my first one I've ever had, and I liked it. So
Okay. All right.
like I said,
I mean, as
But
long as
like I
we
said,
can
I have
all agree
know.
that mushrooms are horrible and you should never eat a fungus. Just saying.
I like mushrooms. So
I know. I just had to bring that up. By the way, something you probably don't want to bring up. Boomer has said he has tried repeatedly to teach you how to be stealthy.
and
Apparently.
I'm a lost cause.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, the one time, my dad tried to take me deer hunting, and I sounded like an elephant going through the woods, and I just thought to myself, well, you know what? Maybe this just isn't for me. So
Now I'm going to tie this in,
so
Kim.
yeah.
I'm going to tie this in
Uh-huh.
from stealthy
Okay.
to ninja. What are we talking about here, Kim?
See? There
Huh?
you go.
Huh?
Yeah, right. I posted this on our pub chat here about a month ago. I got it about a month ago, but I figured I'd give it a good, try before I actually went on here and said, hey, you know what? You should buy this. I got a Ninja Foodie Possible cooker. And basically what this thing is a crock pot and an Instapot, and it's a sous vide, and I don't know, like 4 different things like rolled into one. Basically, the crock pot with the removable thing in it, stoneware, I guess is what they call it. This is like that, only the pan is not ceramic. It's an actual like pot, like metal, like pot. And I like that idea because if you knew the amount of times that my poor crock pot's been knocked off the counter, whether it be kids or cats or probably me,
ceramic does not do
And
well
they-
with that.
Right, and honestly, if you go to buy the replacement insert for a crock pot, they're the same cost as a new crock pot. So
Yeah,
you're
you might
almost
as well.
better off buying a new damn crock pot
Yep.
as opposed to replacing the thing you broke. But anyway, so I saw this thing because my sister actually was the one that found it, and I keep watching these damn cooking videos on YouTube, and they've got all brands of these things, and I got interested in it. And she's like, "Oh, hey, look at this one." So anyway, I got the Ninja because we've got a lot of Ninja things around the house, and they work really well. And this thing is really neat. I've yet to actually use it to proof bread because apparently you can put bread dough in it and it will proof it. I haven't tried. You can bake in it. Like I said, it's a crock pot. It's an Instapot. All sorts of things. And I've used this thing all month long. And it for $100, I think it's well worth it. And it will
Alright.
replace your crock pot and your Instapot, which is nice for me because I don't like having a bunch of different things taking up counter space because I don't have a whole hell of a lot of counter space. So,
Okay.
I'll
Now,
probably end
I-
up selling my Instapot.
I have an immediate instant question. You said
Okay.
bread proofing. If I heard
Yes,
that correctly.
it will proof bread. Yes.
What exactly? I have no clue.
Okay.
Help
You
me
know
out
when you
here.
make bread dough. Okay. You know when you make make bread dough and you have to let it rise. That's proofing. Is when you let it rise, like you put it
Okay.
like in a warm oven or like in a warm spot in your house, and the bread dough rises. You can do the same thing in this pot. You can turn it on the setting, and it will proof your bread. Now, like I said, I don't know if it's any different from doing that than putting, because like usually I'll turn my oven on, let it get to like 100, and then turn it off, and then I'll put the dough in it and let it rise. Or you can turn your oven light on, and that will do the same thing apparently. So the only knock I have on this thing is it's of course got the Teflon coating, which is nice. That's not really the knock necessarily, but of course you've got to use like silicone utensils or wooden utensils or something, so you're
yeah.
not scratching the inside of it. Well, the funny thing is the lid for this thing has a metal ring around
Right.
it. So
Right.
so when you're putting the lid on it, the metal ring around on the lid will actually scrape the Teflon off around the edges on the top of the pot.
Maybe they think you shouldn't be cooking on the edge of the crock pot.
Well, I'm not cooking, but the lid, the metal ring around the lid is what scratches it. And
Yeah.
so I guess you could cook without the lid on it, but what's the point of having the lid, So, I mean, that was probably a quality assurance thing that they probably should think about next time. I don't
Fair,
know. But
fair.
I mean, you're not like you said, you're not cooking on the actual edge of the pan. So I mean, if you don't mind a few scrapes, it's not a big deal. But I am gonna have to go out and buy some more silicone utensils or wood utensils or something, because most of mine are all metal, and that's not gonna work for this. But
So
they do
I
send
bought-
you with like a
Oh, go ahead.
Yes.
Go ahead.
All right. But it does come with a spoon. Well, it's a spoon dipper, sort of like multi-purpose tool. So I mean, you've got that. So, but if you want anything else, you're probably gonna have to go out and buy new utensils, unless you've got them. Unlike me.
All right, so you just reminded me of another story. So I've got two stories for you now.
right.
I love my gadgets in the kitchen.
Right.
For as
You'll need
little
both.
cooking as I actually do, because I mostly just barbecue. That's my thing, right?
Right.
I don't do a lot of like crazy creative cooking. Every once in a while I get a hair up my ass and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do something different. And I'm like, but
Right.
for the most part, standard things.
Right.
So one, I saw this. It's kind of like silicone tongs, but it's made for meat to be able to drain it. So it has like a little. So like within the tongs, there's a little silicone webbing underneath it. So you scoop up the meat into it. And I thought, what a perfect way to like scoop out taco meat and not have to worry about any excess grease that comes off of it from now and then. And it's a good thought, but in practice doesn't necessarily work so well. So
the execution's not so
Yeah.
good.
and then you reminded me of when you said it came with a spatula spoon. I was like, I remember our Vitamix came with a couple different tools that go with it. And my wife was making some smoothies one morning, and my wife is an advocate of adding things as it's blending, which is fine. Certainly you can do that. However, one should not try and place objects into the blender when it's running. And this one morning, she took there's a little scraper. It's like a scraper tool, and it's meant to, kind of scrape off the side of it. And
Right.
you're supposed to turn off the blender, scrape, and then turn it
Right.
back on. She went I'm going to do it while it's going.
It'll be
All
fine.
I hear is this crack. Fuck. And I come running into the kitchen.
no.
There is smoothie everywhere. And of course, she caught the spoon on the blade, and it just literally sent everything flying. And I'm shocked we didn't burn out our Vitamix, because it actually like stuck the blade with the motor. It was just like, it was near disaster. But
And those things aren't cheap. So
no, they're not. But yeah, so our experience with the Vitamix that day was quite extraordinary. The
understand
smoothie
that.
was really tasty too. It was just I was licking it off the counter.
like
anyway.
a cat.
Well, you don't want to waste it, right? It's like it's still
No,
good.
right,
It's just
right.
scoop
It's
off
fine.
a little.
The counter was clean. It's okay. It's good.
Exactly.
Understand.
This has been an insanely crazy week. So, I mean, I think back to like last Sunday, we were, had all the Xbox Fallout news, and it was like, oh, there's a big shakeup in the industry. And it's like, wow, okay. Then I got into the week, and the real estate thing is really just like kickstarting, and it's accelerating
Good.
quickly, which is great. But holy crap, it's busy. And also, I'm learning one of the things about being, in the real estate industry is it's kind of one of those like you never sleep industries. So
Right.
like you're getting phone calls and dealing with things at odd hours of night. And that's actually what I was dealing with last night up until into this morning. It's like 7:30 in the morning. I'm getting a text message from an agent that we put an offer on a house for. And I'm just like, you couldn't wait till like 8 a.m.? I mean, I was at the gym, so it didn't really
people not
bother me
sleep?
too much. But I was
know.
just like, the people are sleeping on Sundays. Come on. But so it's going well, but it is creating a bit of chaos on my end, because my brain is constantly having to flip-flop now between my quote unquote primary work job and then
Right.
the real estate thing that I'm trying to ramp up. But so far so good. And then of
Good.
course I woke up Saturday morning to the insane news about the US and Iran and all of that kicking off. And so that has been a healthy conversation, or unhealthy, depending on how you want to look at it. That has just kicked off within not just my family, but of course friends, and then just social media in general. So it's
Right.
been It's been a week.
It
And then, of course,
has.
we learned
And then
about
another-
Mark
Right.
and all the shit that Mark's going through. So, yeah.
I know.
Again, Mark, there's easier ways to get out of the podcast. I'm just saying. You do not have to take yourself to the emergency room. You certainly don't need to have surgical procedures. We will let you take a day off.
Right. Just ask.
Just ask. Just
Or not
ask.
show up. I mean,
Well, there's ghosting, like Christopher Matthew does to me
Right.
all the time. But,
Right.
God, thank God I don't live in today's times of needing to date. Because
Oh, God.
I don't know why I just thought of that, but the ghosting thing. I mean, back in the
ghosting
day,
thing,
it was
yeah.
just, you had your one avenue. It was call or maybe text message, but the texting, depending
Right.
upon how early or far back you want to go, we had the beepers. Just saying.
Yep. Yep.
But yeah, today there's so many different avenues to try and connect to somebody, and then for them just not to respond to you at all on anything would just be a horrible feeling. Just like, yeah, no.
Yeah. Been there, done that. That's why I'm a hermit. So,
Okay. Fair enough.
right?
Let's talk video games.
Okie dokie.
Today I feel like playing computer games. Today I feel like playing computer games.
So, Kim, one of the funniest things is within our notes, we have this, community questions from Discord, which we every now and then we'll get a question, but often we just ignore it. So even if
Right.
there was a question, I couldn't tell you. I did not look.
There isn't a question.
Okay, I appreciate you being on the ball. I clearly dropped the ball. But we also have this section in our notes for the free games that we pay for that we get for free.
Right.
And then in parentheses next to it, it has been a long-standing, think we can skip this comment.
right.
And I never know if we really can skip this anymore or not, because that comment just has stayed in the notes. So
Yeah.
is there anything to talk
I
about,
didn't
Kim?
add it. So. No, not this week because it is a new month, so the new ones aren't out yet, and I didn't bother to update Epic, so I don't know what it is. But
I see how it is, Kim. Slacking already. We will bypass the games we get to play for free that we pay for.
yeah,
for
'cause
another
we've already
week.
mentioned those ad nauseum. Yeah, we've mentioned those this month. It's not like we haven't mentioned them. So
We have indeed mentioned them. We have. We've done our best. Speaking of doing our best,
we're trying.
I'm just going to cover real fast Arc Raiders. So,
Go for it.
you know what? No. Kim, I'm going to give you your due. I want you to talk real fastly about your Baldur's Gate update.
Okay.
If
Yeah,
you'd
I
be so
have one
kind.
this week.
Okay.
I don't know how excited anybody else will be for it, but here. But here it is, because yet I'm still stuck in Act 3, and I haven't progressed that any further, and I still have like 8 playthroughs going, and well, I haven't done that. But I Discord chat, and this woman was talking about her College of Swords bard, and she made it as also an archer, and she was talking about how she played it in honor mode, and how this Swords bard archer just absolutely nerfed everything. So it got me curious. She posted up her build on the Discord, and she's like, "You really ought to play it." So guess who started another playthrough with another character? Me!
Kim, you might have a problem. This
I
true.
know.
You might.
No. So but I did make it a half wood elf. So I am playing an elf this time, even though I pretty much come out and say I don't like playing elves because it seems like everybody plays an elf. But she did recommend that elves were a little better for this build than a human or whatever. So I'm like, okay, I'll at least do a half wood elf. So I made a
wood
College
elf.
of Sword. Yeah, she's a half, so she's half wood elf and half human.
Oh, you said wood elf. Excuse me. I
wood
really
elf.
heard. Yeah, don't pay no attention to me, Kim. I don't know what I'm doing, apparently.
Okay, it's all right. But she's a half wood elf, so she's half human and half wood elf. So she's like Shadowheart. She's only got the little bitty pointed ears. Anyway, there's probably more to it than that, but that's what I got out of it. Okay, so it's a swords bard. She's gonna be an archer as well. So we'll see. It's apparently she's pretty overpowered. So we'll see how it goes. I will say on my dice rolls, they've been fairly favorable, and usually. I mean, I know the earlier ones on are like, 2s and 5s and whatever, and those are usually pretty good at, winning those. Although I have heard a few people that have not that have totally like lost on those. As a matter of fact, one of the first ones I ever played, you did the it was only like a level 2 to put the little rune in the tablet to let Shadowheart out, and I've heard of people that failed on those. So, and I think I did once. So so I don't know if it's because she's a bard and your dice rolls are better because of the charm and all that stuff that you're in your stats, but yeah, I'm not very far. I actually just made it to the Grove and did the Grove fight, and I still have to go around and kill the assassin bugbear. I haven't done that yet, so hopefully
Okay.
that one's not dead by the time I start back up again. But yeah, like I said, we're not far, but it's been kind of fun, and I've never been a bard before, so yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's like
Anything
9 characters
else?
now. Not on Baldur's Gate, but I did play some more Divinity, and that thing has really got its hooks in me at this point.
Okay.
I haven't made it off the island, but I did escape the fort.
Oh,
You know how
okay.
you're
All right.
in
You
the-
know what? In your notes, I was all excited because I escaped, and I was like, "You made it off the island!" Awesome. And I was like
Not-
excited to.
not
No, you didn't. You're still on the
No.
island.
No, but I did make it out of the fort and away from the Magisters. I am with the I think they're called the Seekers. They're a group of people that try to get these the sorcerers, which is what you are. They try to get the sorcerers off the island. So because I still have some things on the island that I need to do for my little companions. And of course, if you've played Divinity 2, Original Sin 2, then you know that Iffin has to actually go back and kill Alexander, which is the head guy on the island. So technically, we can't get off the island yet until Iffin does that. So, but I did make it out of the fort, and we're now in a swamp. I can't remember what it's called, Hallowed Swamp or something like that. It's not a very nice place, to be fair. As a matter of fact, we come across these decomposing people. They're apparently a cult for some guy that we haven't come across yet, and it kicked our ass fairly good and proper, and we had to start over. But you know, at least we're not stuck in the fort with all the Magisters, and I did get the cat out of the fort, so it has officially told me what it is, and it's disappeared. But I can summon it now at any time. But at least now I can walk around and not worry about somebody killing my cat, and then having to restart it, and because I can't let the cat die. It's me. So yeah, so we did escape, sort of, but we're not off the island yet.
Okay.
So, but it's been fun. You know,
I
my only
want to
question is-
like Divinity Original Sin 2.
right.
I think the fact that I could not figure out how the hell to get out of where I was at, and
Right.
and I knew I had to get off the island, and that
Right.
there was a ton more of the game off the island, or at least I
Yes.
assume. So
Yeah.
it bothered me that I couldn't get off the island very easily. I don't know why. I
You're
just
right.
did.
Well, and that's the thing. I thought when you escaped from the fort, you would get off the island, but no, that's not the case. But at least, like I said, at least I'm out of the fort. And there are several different ways you can get out of the fort, and it's funny. And this is how I got out of the fort. We got inside the actual fort itself, where all the Magisters are, and you go into, and we ended up finding this one spot where we could sneak through and get outside to the other side of the fort. Well, I couldn't figure out how we were supposed to sneak past the Magisters, and then I realized you could sneak. But the funny thing about sneaking is they put you in like a barrel or like a rock. So like like Metal Gear Solid, when you sneak and they have you in
Okay.
like a box.
Yeah.
That's kind of the way this is. When you go into sneaking mode, you don't just like crouch down and you're hidden. They actually put you in like a box or a barrel or like a rock. So here we are. I got me and my 3 companions, and we're all in like either a barrel or a rock or something, and we're sneaking along past these Magisters, and all I can think is they're gonna see somebody walking along in a barrel, and our asses are gonna be so toast. No, we're just a bunch of walking barrels, and nobody gives a shit. As long as you stay out of the red mark, where obviously that's where they can see
Right.
you, you're fine. But it's just the funniest fucking thing on screen. Here you are, you've got 4 people in barrels walking along slowly past a bunch of bad guys, and nobody cares. And that is how we got out of the fort. So,
Okay. In barrels.
yeah, in barrels.
And
It's
this
hilarious.
does
Yeah.
support co-op play, does it not?
It does. I believe so.
Alright. Okay. I was just watching
know it does
I put the
online,
trailer on,
so.
and so I saw they did like the 4-player split screen type thing, and I'm like, that must mean there's 4-player co-op.
Yes.
Which would make sense. You have a 4-player party.
Mhm.
My thing though is I just need more combat in this game for me to care about 4-player co-op. Like that would
Right,
be my
right.
my issue. It didn't knock my
Yeah.
boots off from the action standpoint.
Well, I think once you get out of the fort, and obviously probably off the island, there's probably going to be more to it because I've noticed since I got
Right.
out of the fort, I have way more combat going on. Like I said, I've already run into 2 or 3 different battles, so that may be part of it right there. It's just
Okay.
because you're stuck in the fort. I mean, you can fight all the magisters if you want, but I mean, I didn't really want to fight all those people all at once, given that I was only a level 2 at the time. That was a
Okay.
sure enough way to get my ass kicked. So, you know.
Fair. All right.
Because I've heard of some people going in there and doing complete murder hobo runs and just killing all, everything.
Did you say
other than
murder
the fort.
hobo runs?
Yeah, yes, murder hobo runs. Yes, they will go in there and they will slaughter just about absolutely everything, other than, of course, the NPCs that you obviously can't kill. So
Again, me not knowing the culture of this game or where that came. Why murder hobo run?
that's because honestly,
Hobos
you
are
need
murderous,
the-
apparently.
Well, that's a murder hobo. It's just somebody who wants to go in there and just slaughter everything. That's a name that's been around for a while, and that's just where I went.
No, I
but,
like it.
honestly-
Again,
Right.
me and my little glass house
Right.
that I don't pay attention to social
Well,
media all that well.
I don't know. I can't tell you where murder hobo come from. I've just heard it before, and that's what it applies to. Is somebody that will just go in and wipe out everyone.
Okay.
And for Original Sin 2, the thought behind it is, especially right there on the island, there's not a whole lot of a chance to get XP to level up.
Right.
So you go in, you try to kill everything that you can kill in order to get the XP. So, although I will say I didn't go in and kill all the magisters because honestly, there's 4 of us and there's a lot more magisters, and
Right.
like I said, I'm usually like a level 2, but I have made it to level 5 by the
Okay.
time I got to the swamp and escaped the fort. So you can level up and get there.
Could you
quick
go
enough.
back in the fort now and kill everybody?
You can go back in the fort, but that makes the magisters instantly hostile to you because apparently they know you've left the fort, and I don't know how, but because I've done that before. It's funny, I left my companions back at the swamp because I was going to go back and do something that I'd forgot to do while I was in the fort.
Okay.
And I thought I just went walking in there like I owned the place thinking, well, they're not going to figure out I left. Well, apparently they do because they all turned instantly hostile on me, and there was like 16 magisters against me, and I'm like, okay.
And leaving the fort is bad because they feel
You're
slighted.
not I guess. Well, and they think you're going to escape. So they don't want because you're basically
Okay.
You're
You're not allowed to escape.
Okay.
That's I think a core principle
yeah.
here that I wasn't understanding.
because
Okay.
you're prisoners, so they don't like the fact that you got out of the fort and into the swamp where there's also a chance you
Okay.
can escape.
See,
So
you're saying
that's- I
fort.
guess that's-
It really should be prison.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, they call it Fort Joy, but it is a prison basically.
Okay.
Is
All
what
right.
it is. So yeah. So here I am surrounded by 16 magisters and little me. But the nice thing about this game, and I suppose you could do it in Baldur's Gate because I didn't do it very often, but you can flee, and it brings up your teleport locations. So you can click on one of those teleport locations and teleport away from there. So you don't actually have to take them on, as long as they're not too close to you. If they're too close to you, then you can't teleport. You've at least got to go one round before you can try again. So
Okay.
anyway,
All right.
there you go.
Well, there we go.
And that's all I played. Yeah.
That's all you have played. Well, I have played a little bit, not a lot of Arc Raiders, but
Right.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
throw
and
up the new Shrouded Sky update. This is the trailer for it. So basically, it's a hurricane condition that hits the map, and when you're out in the hurricane, kind of like Cold Snap, the Cold Snap update, when you're out in the elements, it affects you adversely. In Cold Snap, it affected your health. As you got colder, your health would start dropping, so you couldn't stay outdoors too long. You had to find shelter. Here, the wind elements, because they're kicking around all this debris, you constantly have debris hitting your shields, and so it starts draining your shields the longer you're out in the elements. And so, little different play on the health versus the shields, but kind of similar concept. They also make it very difficult to see long distances. So
Makes sense.
it adds another layer of just kind of tense gameplay because not only can you not see other players, but there's other enemy, new enemy types as well that you just can't see. And so
Right.
ultimately it's, you are just trudging along sometimes, just hoping you're going in the right directions. You're doing your map checks, that kind of thing. But there still is that feeling of I just might stumble into something that I can't handle. And
Right.
so,
Something's going to jump out and eat me at some point.
yeah. Although in this game, nothing will come out and eat you. It will just kill you.
Good.
Different but similar.
Right.
I do have a beef with the game. So they have
Okay.
expeditions. Expeditions are like prestiging. So basically, you sign up to do the expedition, and it rolls everything back to 0 for you in terms of your items, your inventory, not your experience. So you'll get additional experience points based on how much loot you bring into the expedition.
Right.
The problem is what the expedition window opens up. And so they say that, they had this thing, basically a countdown timer. The expedition window will open up in 4 days. And so you're like, okay. And the window opens up, and you can basically say, I want to go on the expedition. You basically click a button. In my head, the way this would normally work in a video game is at that point you prestige, you go on your expedition, everything resets to 0, and you're kind of off and doing your new climb up, if you will.
Right.
In Arc Raiders, it doesn't happen that way. You sign up for it, and then it says the expedition's going to depart in like 5 days, like 5 real days. And I'm like, so I'm just waiting for 5 days, and I don't really want to do anything now in the game because anything I unlock, like with trials, so they have trials, they have these different kind of events that happen where when you do, you kill, say 50 ticks, you'll get maybe a blueprint out of that. And that can be very valuable.
Right.
But if I get a blueprint from now and 5 days from now, that's going to get wiped away.
Right.
So I don't want to collect anything. So I'm kind of just stuck in this weird feeling of like, I don't really want to do anything in the game because I'm afraid if I do unlock something that I really want to keep, I can't keep it because it's all going to get wiped out. And I can't unselect the expedition now. So I'm just in it. So
Yeah, you're whether you want to be or not.
yeah. So I don't like how they handle the timing of the expedition. That is definitely a pain point. They did lower some of the threshold for different things. That was good. My other just complaint would be that I think they should have timed the expedition launch with the launch of the update with Shrouded Skies.
Yeah.
Give me an incentive to come back into the game. Because right now I really want to play Shrouded Skies and experience all those enemy types, but I'm conflicted because, of course, I don't want to gather any valuable blueprints, loot that I would want to keep because I know it's disappearing in 5 days.
Right, because there's not like a chest or anything you put it in and it'll still be there. Right?
Yeah, there's no way to save it. Now, some people they've created some workarounds, like they have a friend who's not going to do the expedition, so they're basically farming all their blueprints over to him. And then when the expedition goes, they come out, they partner up, and then that person brings all those blueprints in to them.
Right.
So, it's like basically being a drug mule coming over the border. They're just hauling all these blueprints to you.
Right.
So that is a way, but it feels like they could have handled it better. That's just my complaint.
Yeah, it is still kind of a pain in the ass to, hey, I'm going to be online. If you're going to be online, let's do this. But if they're not going to be online, then, it doesn't really work.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
So, yeah. So that's been the gist of I did not have a ton of time regardless. So maybe the timing was good for me because, this past week, 10 o'clock rolled around at night and I was just like, I'm done.
Yeah. I'm fried. That's it.
Yeah,
I'm out of
mind is fried. I have no desire to pick up a controller right now. I just want to go to sleep.
I get it.
So yeah, and 10 o'clock is usually early for me. I usually am not need a lot of sleep person, but boy, this past week, I definitely have gotten in a couple extra hours here and there.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what, Kim? this is going to be a very much makeshift.
All right,
Okay.
now everybody get settled. Get away from the windows. Now look, good. It's time for the quiz. Yeah, you know what? Oh, too bad. Tough.
All right, Kim. Here's the deal.
All right.
We don't have a Mr. Christopher Matthew.
No, we don't.
We do have you. We have me.
We do.
And we have Boomer in the chat.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah, think. We don't know. He's gone silent after a few minutes because we ignored him a little bit. But, you know, assuming Boomer's still alive, he's in the chat. We could pit you against Boomer.
Uh-huh.
Frenemies, right?
Right. Right.
And we'll do a little makeshift quiz. And I even have a theme now.
Oh, my.
Yes. Fun fact.
Terrible.
Fun fact. The hint is not in the show notes.
Okay. And
Okay.
Boomer is still here. So,
All right. Good deal. Okay. Here we go. First game. First game is on the PS5. We're talking Ride 6 for the PS5.
oh.
It was released February 12th. Ride 6.
I can remember announcing it.
Okay, yeah. It's like like it was yesterday's news.
Pretty much, yeah.
All right. Kim, I'm going to do this old school, by the way. I'm literally going to take pen and paper note because I want to get this right. I want to give prosperity here. So, and no, I'm not writing this in the chat. I should be doing that, but I'm not doing it. Boomer, Ride 6. I'm going to give you every opportunity, PlayStation 5, to post your score. By the way, everybody listening right now, you too could be doing this absolute horrible radio moment on the podcast with us if you wanted to, joining us live.
Right.
Look at you, Kim. It's like a pro, just like a pro. And I appreciate you doing that because I would have had to type this on my phone because that's how I track by the way, the chat is off my phone.
Right. Yeah.
So I just have a lot going on my screen right now. Kim, I've
Like,
talked
we're
long
hosting.
enough.
I figured I could do that.
I hope by delaying this long, you've come up with the correct score.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I don't know if it's correct, but I've come up with a score. I mean, Ride 6. So you figure there's got to be at least 5 more rides in front of it. Apparently, it's done at least that well, I assume. I'm gonna give it an 84.
Kim going with an 84. Boomer throwing out an 80. We don't know if Boomer is cheating or not, for the record. However, I can safely say he nailed it. It is an 80, in fact. Well done, Boomer. Right on the nose. Instantly putting Kim on the defensive. Boomer with a 4-point lead.
All right.
Okay. On to the next game.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, I'm doing this randomly, if you will, but not randomly.
Yeah. All right.
All right. This is on the Switch platform.
Right.
Paranorma Sight, The Mermaid's Curse. On the Switch. Paranorma Sight, The Mermaid's Curse.
That's a mouthful, isn't it?
Yeah. It's, very, very Japanese, Asian influence here from what I can see.
And it's on the Switch. Alrighty. I think I remember announcing that one too, as far as that goes. Look at that. I just got it typed out and Boomer's already got a guess. So
He's on it. I'm not saying he got it, but he's on it. Kim, what is your guess? Boomer,
Paranorma
4-point
Sight,
lead.
Mermaid.
You need to start playing tactical here.
Right. I'm gonna go 70.
Kim going 70. Was that an attempt to, a little Price is Right, Boomer? If it was, it was in the wrong direction.
Of course it was.
85. 85.
Wow.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Surprisingly well scored.
Yeah.
And even with that score, I still will not play that game.
I won't either. So
Yeah.
you're not the only one.
Okay. Let's shift gears here a little bit. Let's do a little
Okay.
horror base game.
All right. Another game I probably wouldn't play.
Resident Evil Requiem on the PC. On the PC, Resident Evil Requiem.
Gotcha. Or the PC.
I didn't even know it was coming to the PC, to be honest. But, you know, kind of everything these days has a little bit of love.
Hey, Resident Evil Requiem for the PC. I'm going to say this one did pretty well. I'm going to give it a 90.
Kim going with a 90. Boomer, what say you? By the way, Boomer, a commanding lead right now. He is crushing it.
Oh, probably.
Yeah, he has a good, call it 9-point lead over you right now, Kim. That's
Alrighty.
my loose math.
It's okay. Either way, I figure he's kicking my ass, so, you know.
Yeah, I mean, my loose math is really just me making up numbers. It could be 15, it could be 10, it could be 5. I don't know. I felt, all right, Boomer's coming in with an 85. You both feeling very positive about this game, and that's for good cause. It is indeed a very positive outcome right now with a 92 on Metacritic. Yeah, it is killing it. So very, very well received game. Resident Evil Requiem, 92. I can't get myself to play this game.
I can't because I'm a chicken shit. So
Yeah, I'm with you. I am very much a chicken shit as well.
Yeah. The last thing you need me out in the middle of nowhere with guns is scared to death. So, you know, that's a no for me. So, I mean, I'm the type of person that has to watch horror movies in the daylight because otherwise it's just not going to work. So,
okay.
And that's if I watch a horror movie. And usually I don't. So,
all right. Last game for the round. Now, I should say, you made up some ground there, Kim. You made up a good 5 points, 7-point difference. So,
okay.
Oh, Boomer's ahead by a few. Like, we'll call it again. Loose math, 4 points. 10, 9. I think he's up by like 2 points.
Oh, all right.
So it's within reach. It is within
I can
reach.
do this.
This one for all the Trekkie fans in the universe. Star Trek Voyager Across the Unknown, released out on PC. Kim, what say you?
Star Trek Voyager Across the Unknown for the PC. I'll just call it Star Trek Voyager in the chat. You'll figure it out.
It's a real-time strategy game, from my understanding. Your favorite genre.
Okay. Of course.
Yeah.
Well, for some things. I'm gonna go 80.
Kim with an 80. Waiting for Boomer to lay down the law on his. He went with 75. Boomer indeed taking it with a... Well, no. I take back, Kim. You were just a hair closer. It was 78.
Oh.
Look at that. So we are basically now on the precipice of this. It could be anybody's game. If we'll give the theme out. Can you guess the theme of this week's Metacritic? And no, the theme is not Chris is not here.
Damn it.
I know.
Gosh, I don't know. There's a theme here?
There is
we
a
got
theme.
Ride 6. Paranormal Sight, The Mermaid's Curse, Random Resident Evil Requiem, and then Star Trek Voyager, whatever the rest of it was. They were all released last month. So, like, I don't know. Because, I mean, technically, I know that 3 of them were released last month. I'm not so sure about the Star Trek one, because I don't remember, but... I don't know. Would there be
Boomer threw out
ghosts?
ghosts. So just by virtue of Boomer throwing that out, he loses. No, Kim, you actually were really close. They were all released this year, but in hindsight, the ones I picked, they were all actually released in February. These were off the Metacritic Best Games This Year list. So there we go.
It's still early yet. But...
It is still early, yes. But yes, all of these were indeed released within the month of February. So there we go.
Hey.
Boomer, we appreciate you playing along. Well done,
No
sir. You just lost
You
on
had me for a while there.
Yeah. Ghosts. Yeah. Star Trek Voyager, Boomer. Come on. Ghosts? Really? Come on, man.
Well, Ride 6. I'm assuming that's a driving game.
Yeah, where Ghosts? Come on. All right. All right. I don't know where we're going with this. How can we possibly do anything more than?
Here is the fucking news.
Just like that, Kim. We're racing through the show. It is definitely going to be probably a shorter show. Again, by virtue of two people on the show, who, I mean, I know you have a lot of things to say, Kim. There's not a lot of things that come out of my mouth that are worth talking through.
I have some days like that too. It's all right.
But we do have some news to talk about.
Yeah, we do.
So back, this has been something that's been clamored for I want to say years.
Right.
Bloodborne fans, PlayStation fans in particular, have always been saying, remake Bloodborne. Sony loves their remakes. They do them all the time. Bloodborne is a highly regarded PlayStation exclusive that came from Software. And yet it has not received any kind of remake. So the interesting news story here is that Bluepoint, who now has been shuttled by Sony, reportedly had a Bloodborne remake pitch rejected, wait for it, not by Sony, but by From Software. And you're thinking, well, how can From Software reject this? Because Sony owns Bloodborne. And you know, that is true. Sony is the IP holder. However, the original developer From Software, basically, I believe, has the exclusive rights to making the game. So Sony owns the Bloodborne IP, but From Software basically had the right of refusal on this. So speaking in an interview with Kind of Funny Games last year, Yoshida said he thought From Software president Hideki Miyazaki was interested in the remake basically being done by himself in the future. Thus, he didn't want anybody else to touch it, and hence they basically shot down the remake. I do wonder if that shooting down that remake kind of sealed the fate for Bluepoint, because they weren't they couldn't come up with any other pitch. And this this is from last year, but maybe it was their last, kind of throw dart, see if it sticks on the wall type thing. Sad though. I think everybody would have loved to see a Bloodborne remake. Hopefully, From Software is indeed going to make one. So, if you are a PlayStation fan, though, you are in luck. There is some positive news. Sony's confirmed a major PS5 Pro upgrade is rolling out today with Resident Evil Requiem. So, the upgraded PSSR technology is utilized in Resident Evil 9, and it's rolling out generally next month. What is PSSR, you ask? Well, it is Sony's answer to NVIDIA's DLSS technology, which is a machine learning-based upscaler that improves game resolution without impacting performance. This was announced last year, and the improved PSSR is based on AMD's FSR4 technology and arrives as part of Sony and AMD's Project Amethyst initiative. So yeah, in a nutshell, basically this is a way of helping, hopefully, your PS5 Pro give better resolution without impacting the performance of the machine. I always do question these claims of it has no impact on performance of machine. Ultimately, it's probably just better coding and writing of code to allow it to process faster and easier, but it still is going to have an impact. I'm just saying. Okay. And we're going to turn back to some sad news. Although you could kind of foresee this coming, but basically, games media is set for more layoffs. Basically, IGN's owned Eurogamer is cutting its editorial staff, so the games media is set for yet more layoffs this year. IGN-owned Eurogamer and its network of sites launched a wave of editorial cuts this past week. The beloved British publication, which was sold by former owner ReedPop in 2024, along with other gamer network brands, is facing at least its second round of editorial layoffs since joining IGN. I know for a fact a lot of people are not happy about IGN owning Eurogamer and basically kind of the fallout from this.
Right.
The layoffs to include the brand's most experienced editors and its entire 4-person video team, though at least one position will be transferred to IGN, according to people with knowledge of the situation. Behind the camera cuts have been also made to the popular video channel Outside Xbox. VG understands the brand has more than 3.5 million subscribers across its channels and recently wrapped a UK stage tour. So, in a nutshell, less games media out there. It's not shocking to me. And I feel like IGN in particular as a platform and a gaming editorial media conglomerate really has become just a content creator.
Yes.
I feel like they don't do terribly much journalism anymore, and most of the talent from these different media outlets are just spinning off into their own content creators. Content creation has its own problems right now because I feel like, unfortunately, all of the YouTube content creators out there, Twitch also to a certain degree, they understand what sells, what doesn't sell. Our own Bongo the Sane is a prime example of this. He understands the gotcha thumbnails and content. Now, granted, his content is still pure. It's about racing, and even though he understands a little bit of the game, too many of these content creators are just creating these clickbait.
Yes.
Yeah. They're not even bringing out actual facts to the table. You could say that about us too. I mean, we're not journalists though. We're not out here doing any kind of investigative, efforts. We're merely just video game fans. And so we like to talk about games. But unfortunately, so many of these people are just creating literally content of lies, for lack of a better way to put it, just to spin off and get people to tune in and watch. Because, I mean, God, after the Phil Spencer announcement, we had a gazillion Xbox is doomed content creators out there. And there
were a lot of them that went, this is why Sarah Bond was thrown under the bus, and you click and you watch it, and there was nothing even remotely close to what they were claiming.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and what's funny is, what happens if Xbox actually did just scuttle? Microsoft scuttles Xbox and it's gone.
Right.
What are these guys going to talk about? That's my big question. And suddenly it's like, maybe the scrutiny, maybe, a microscope is going to be put on Sony at that point, because they're literally, their algorithm for getting content and getting views is going to be decimated because they won't have anything to talk about other than Nintendo or Sony. And let's be honest, I know there's Nintendo hate out there, but it's really not. It's not at the same level, and they're such a different company than Sony. So, yeah, you just wonder. You wonder. Anyway, that was it for the news proper. Kim, we do have to talk about something.
Okay.
Nice beaver.
Thank you. I just had it stuffed.
I just had to get that out of the way. We're going to talk about calendars, Kim.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, I think it's time. Let's just get it out of the way. Rip off the Band-Aid. It's calendar time.
Right. It's your favorite time of the month, isn't it? I know.
It is. It is. I mean, I live for this, Kim. This should be a guessing game, actually. Show me the picture.
Okay.
Or no, wait, no, don't show me. No, hide the picture. Hide the picture. Here's how we're going to do this. I want you to give me the two names, then show me the picture, then I have to guess which name fits which.
Oh, okay, we can do that.
No.
Alrighty. This month, for the month of March, we have Dave and Dasha.
Dave and
Dave
Dasha.
and Dasha.
Feels
Yeah.
relatively
So-
straightforward.
Yeah. So which one is Dave and which one is Dasha?
Clearly, Dave is the cat and Dasha is the firefighter.
There you go. And of course, you notice they're doing the whole one strap thing.
One
over
strap
there,
on,
so
one strap off. It is a popular
Yep,
theme.
It is. So
I
there
feel
you
like
go. That's,
Dasha could have shaved his chest. Just saying.
I don't know. I like a hairy chest. So there you go.
Okay, this is getting weird again. We're into weird territory. Okay.
Yes. Oops.
Well, Kim, maybe we should move on to new releases, or we can talk about
Okay.
hairy chests. I don't know.
I don't know. All right, new releases for this month. We actually for the first half or the first week of March, we have quite a few here. So we have. Let me scroll back up here at the top. We have. I don't know if they have hairy chests or not. We have Naughty Gnomes, and when it says Naughty, it's G and then Naughty. So Naughty Gnomes on for the PC on March 3rd, and I'm gonna have to look at that one because it just sounds hilarious. It's probably like some sort of gnome stripping simulator or something. Maybe not. I don't know.
They may have
We'll
hairy
find out.
chests.
I don't know. We'll report
Who
back
knows?
next week when I look into it. Yeah. We have The Legacy of Kain Defiance Remastered for the PS4, PS5, Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, Switch, and PC on March 3rd. I might have to look into those. I've never played the Legacy of Kain games, so that might be interesting. Then again, who knows? Maybe not. Did you ever play the Legacy of Kain games?
No. I know of them. I never.
Yeah, same here.
If I'm not mistaken, they were all side-scrolling games, and I've never just been a big side-scrolling game fan. So
Yeah, I'm kind of with you there. I'm not terribly big into it, but I may check into them. Who knows? Maybe they'll end up on Game Pass. We'll see. Esoteric Ebb for the PC, March 3rd. Scott Pilgrim EX for the PS4 and 5, Xbox Series X and S, Switch, and PC on March 3rd. Homara Heim, I guess, or I don't think that's Jaime, but that would be a weird thing. Anyway, it's for the PC, and it'll be out March 4th. We'll find out then. Marathon, which is one I know Snoogans and Sarah have both been talking about on the Discord. It'll be out for the PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and the PC on March 5th. We have Never Grace, The Witch, and The Cursed for the PS5 and 4, Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, Switch, and PC on March 5th. It amazes me that they are still making games for the Xbox One. I don't know why, but it just does.
Okay.
Anyway, Planet of Lana 2, Children of the Leaf for the PS4 and 5, Xbox Series X and S, and the Xbox One, Switch 2, Switch, and PC on March 5th. Pokemon Pokopia. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
For the Switch 2 on March 5th. Pokopia. Pokopia? Anyway, the more I say it, the worse it sounds. Anyway, Slay the Spire 2 on PC Early Access on March 5th. I tried to play that. I'm not very good at it, so I stopped. Well, not 2, but I tried to play the first one, and I'm still not good at it. So, anyway. Heart of the Machine for the PC on March 6th. Lost and Found Company for the PC, also on March 6th. Mirage 7, which apparently means there was a Mirage 6 and 5 and 4. Anyway, at some point. PS5, PS4, Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One and PC on March 6th. Over the Top, World War I for the PC on March 6th. And those are your new releases. So there you go.
Okay. So if you were to take, well, a couple things. Let's talk about
Okay.
Mirage 7. In
All right.
your head,
Mm-hmm.
is this a racing game or do you think it's something else?
I would think it was something else, but something tells me it probably is a racing game, I'm assuming.
No, for some dumb reason in my head it was a racing game. That's why I asked it.
all right.
I'm like Mirage 7.
I don't know. I figure it's,
Well,
I figured some sort of Japanesey thing or something.
No, so it's a dark fairy tale third-person adventure with a unique blend of fantasy and sci-fi. The young Nadira travels the desert with her pet lizard companion Gigi, searching for a lost oasis where she hopes to find a way to do something. It was
Well,
off
I
of
guess that's
Steam.
where the Mirage comes in at. I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah.
Okay.
Totally not what I thought it was. I just saw Mirage 7 and I'm like, is this some kind of racing game? Again, maybe Ride 6 is polluting my mind and I'm like, numbered sequels, typically speaking, most games don't have a lot of number sequels to them. They just give them kind of full names these days.
Right.
So,
So apparently there isn't a Mirage 6 anywhere. Maybe this is just what it's called, just Mirage 7.
Yeah,
Maybe
that
that's
could
how
be
many
too.
mirages it takes to get, to where she needs to be. I don't know.
Fair.
I guess I'll find out in March
Fair.
6th. I don't know.
Let's go back and speak about Marathon. So
Okay.
over the weekend, they had a big beta test to push out. I have not seen a lot of positivity around the game itself. I don't know. Maybe I'm in the minority here, but from what at least I saw on, and again, it is angry social media platform Twitter.
Right.
But a lot of people were not vibing with Marathon. In particular, I guess the real big complaint is the UI for this game is just a mess. So that doesn't make me super thrilled.
Right.
Bungie, though, from what I understand, nailed the shooting. It feels good. So there's the positive.
Well, that's a good thing. Yeah.
But playtesting kind of cratered on it. It was up in the like 300,000 continuous players during the beta. And the last I saw, it had dropped below, I think it was below 70,000. So pretty big drop off. Now, it could just be people played the beta, they got off of it, and they're like waiting for the release of it, maybe.
Could be.
But yeah, the look of the game also kind of it does
Not
throw.
good?
It's super bright. Have you seen how it looks?
I haven't really paid attention to it. No.
Let me see
Isn't it
if I
supposed
can
to be
pull
kind of
up.
like Art Raiders, another like sort of extraction?
Well, it's an extraction
shooter sort of thing?
shooter. Good call. It is an extraction shooter. But unlike Arc Raiders, which is more a third-person extraction shooter, well, it is
Right.
a third-person extraction shooter. This is first-person, which makes sense.
Ah.
Bungie does
Right.
their first-person stuff.
Right.
Let me see if I can pull up the latest in the server slam without getting us in trouble. Keep talking amongst yourselves, please.
Alrighty, we'll do that. Because my thinking is maybe it's just a little extraction shooter fatigue, perhaps. I don't know, because Arc Raiders come out, it hit really big, so I know they're probably trying to kind of ride off of that a little bit, but maybe it's a little fatigue in that. I don't know.
Could be. I think also just visually, it is a weird aesthetic to me. It's not weird. It's just it's got these super vibrant
Right.
fluorescent colors. It also has kind of a cartoony aspect to it.
Right. Right.
So I don't know. I just
Yeah, I'm looking at some images now, and I can
yeah,
definitely
I've
see
got the
that.
video up on
Yeah.
screen. I just don't know that I'll get into it. The environments
Right.
to me just they feel a little confusing.
Right.
In terms of like kind of because of the use of color, especially when you get into like corridors, that kind of thing, it just becomes a little bit chaotic.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't really see this being a thing for me either. I just,
Yeah, and then you get into
not sure what exactly it reminds me of, but
yeah, we're looking at the
Yeah.
UI right now on screen. I
right.
don't know. The UI doesn't totally put me. Well, it feels like it's clunky. Maybe that's the better way to put the UI challenges. Is it does feel
Right.
like there's layers of screens you have to go in to get into the UI, and this is all during a match, I believe. So that does feel a bit, especially when you think about this is on PC that we're watching right now. Somebody
Right.
doing this on a console, that probably feels pretty arduous. Like just
Yeah, well, yeah. But the good thing is they could go back and they could put a patch out and fix that because they had the same problem with The Witcher 3. Everybody
Yeah.
complained about the menu system, that it was confusing, and they eventually went back and patched it. Although for me, I can't really say there's much difference, but for me, it's still a little confusing. But I mean, it is something they can fix.
hopefully.
Mm.
Well,
But I can't really see it's something I'd be interested in playing myself. So
yeah, I think for me, I'm going to have to hear some people really rave about it to
Right.
get me on board. Kind of like what happened with Arc Raiders. I was pretty down
Right.
on Arc Raiders leading into it.
Mhm.
It launched out. Word of mouth started spreading pretty rapidly. And I was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to take a chance on this. I think, is this full price? Do we know?
I think so.
Okay, so that's the other aspect. You know, paying $70 for a game that I'm not confident I'm gonna like makes me leery.
I don't blame you there.
Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
here.
I got Arc Raiders. I
Just
remember
like-
it was like $40.
no.
It felt like a safe dip in the toe. If if I don't like it,
Right.
it's okay. So
Okay, price point for Marathon is $40 for the standard edition
Okay.
and $60 for the Deluxe edition. So,
okay, so
not quite
there's that.
70 yet, so that's not bad.
Yeah, that definitely feels better. So maybe, who knows, if there's some positive vibe on this, maybe I'll pick it up. I'm not going to feel too bad. I
Right.
could use the little Microsoft points to soften the blow, because again,
There
this
you
is
go.
on a kind of everything. So
Yes,
Um,
it will be on everything. So, I mean,
okay.
that's not so bad.
all right,
Yeah, I'm like you though. I need some more word of mouth before because I mean, it's not like I haven't got a backlog of games to play anyway, and I'm still fucking playing Baldur's Gate for the last year. So, before I put out any more money on games that I may not even get to right now. So,
yeah. I think the next game I have to get you to try, Kim, is XCOM. It's time.
okay.
I've indoctrinated you
Wasn't
enough.
it on Game Pass? I think.
I think it may have been. It may have been. Although,
But I mean, it's been out long enough now. It's probably cheap. So.
my worry
Uh-huh.
though is you don't have the relationship with the characters like you do in
That's all right.
Baldur's
Right.
Gate. You're
I
not
mean,
gonna
I'm
be able
used
to make love
playing
to a
games
bear.
where you didn't. So.
So
No, that was never a really big point for me anyway. But yeah, it's
you
okay.
were into your
Not
Baldur's
everything
Gate
needs.
porn. I mean, you
Well,
posting it up all
but
the
not
time.
bear. Right. That was with the wizard. That's different. But
Oh,
I've
my
played
bad.
games before where you don't. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily need to make out with everyone, so I'm okay with that.
Okay, all right. I think the most fun part is you
for
literally
different
can make everybody like from your real world friends into the game,
Right.
and then
Right.
watch them die, and it literally
Yeah.
will like give you like anxiety, like no, I can't have Mark die.
That's when you'll have me in WhatsApp crying, going, "God damn it, Greg,
Yeah.
you died. What the fuck am I supposed
You
to
had
do?"
one thing to do. You had to you had a 99% chance to make your shot, and you missed.
Right. What the hell?
Yeah. Welcome to
That'll be me
turn-based
sobbing
RPGs.
over-
Yeah.
Sobbing over fictional people again who aren't fictional because it'll be you guys. So the therapy I'm gonna need.
That game, it gave me some therapy needs. I'm telling you. All right.
I'll have to check it out.
Let's kind of wrap things up, Kim. We have rambled far more longer than I thought we were going to ramble.
Right?
We do still try and get in Tuesday, Thursday night game time.
Right.
It has slowed a little bit, largely due to me just being busy. But
All right.
I'm hoping maybe we can even get in a little more. No, we won't be getting into Marathon. I mean, Arc Raiders obviously is always at the top of mind for me. I kind of want to
Right.
go check out the new Zombies mode from Call of Duty.
Okay.
So
Yeah, somebody else was asking if I played Call of Duty 7 yet, and I haven't, just because from word of mouth I've heard it's not exactly.
yeah, it is. Again, the design of it was weird. They designed
Right.
it feels very much like a multiplayer game, even when you're playing the campaign. And that
Right.
was by choice, but it doesn't work. It feels disjointed. I want, if I'm playing campaign, I want it to feel like a story that I'm playing through, not
Right.
a mission and then another mission, and I shouldn't say not a mission, but not a session. And that's what it feels like.
Right.
It feels like, oh, I'm joining up to a multiplayer session. Who can I invite in? What loadout do I want to use? That just threw me off.
Yeah.
So yeah, and if
So,
I
yeah,
don't
I'm with
get
you.
yeah.
You know, I'll
So-
play zombies or something.
zombies would be fun. I think that would be a good call.
Yeah.
We could probably get Boomer in to play some zombies. Mr. Matthew
Well,
will come
I'm
in. He'll tell us all about the different types of zombies and their different stat points
Exactly.
and where we can hit them for their
Right.
weak points.
Exactly.
And I say
whatever,
that
yeah.
because Mr. Matthew takes studying for a game to the next level. He
Oh, yeah.
definitely, when he is in, he is all in. That sounded really weird. Fatal Friday is still a thing. 8 p.m. in the UK, 8 p.m. in the Central Time Zone. Although 8 p.m. in the UK, that is a question mark. Assuming Mark decides he wants to come back to the podcast and stop making medical excuses, We probably can get some, UK gaming sessions going again as well.
Right.
We do love you, Mark.
We do.
Okay. Well, let's wrap this up. Quit petting your pussy. Let's talk
All right,
about
fine.
the end of the show, Kim. What's
All right.
going on with you? Who do you want to shout out? What kind of love do you want to give?
Alrighty. Well, shout out for Boomer for showing up in the chat and playing our impromptu quiz with us today. Shout out to you as always, because I like coming on here and actually talking to people. So that way, at least I have some sort of human connection out there in the world, other than, living with my father and, 40 cats. Let's see. Shout out to Mark, because he has really been put through the ringer the last couple of weeks or so between his mom and him and everything else. So shout out to you guys, you, Jenny, the whole family. I know it's been stressful, so I hope you get to feeling better, and I hope you're back on the show soon. We do miss you around here. And other than that, spring's around the corner. Hopefully everybody has a good week this week. Hopefully it'll start warming up soon. And kind of like Greg said, with our gaming sessions, with the weather getting better and it's staying lighter and get earlier and, of course, later, hopefully I can get my ass back on the Xbox and play some more games with people. I don't have Arc Raiders, but I do have Battlefield 6. I do have Call of Duty. I have a bunch of them. I have Space Marines, too. And me and Boomer's been playing a lot of it lately. So, if I've got it, I'll play it. So, There you go. And I'm going to pass you over to our fearless leader.
Okay.
And we're going to go out of here. So,
for clarification, back when I said stop petting your I won't say the word again. We're talking about Mario. Mario, your cat is in your lap, and you are petting Mario's head.
Yes.
Shout out to Mark for sure. Man, talk about just crazy health turns.
Right?
And for a moment, I was scared because Jenny jumped on his phone and replied to us earlier today. And I'm like, oh, dear God, his wife is replying to us. That is not a good sign.
Not a good sign at all.
Yeah, the good news is, no, it was a very positive sign. He just, I think, was not up to texting, but doing well. And it looks like, crossing fingers, procedures done, went well. Shout out to you, Kim. I, too, enjoy our conversations. So always nice to get on here and just talk some games, talk about life, and just make the connections. Shout out to Mr. Matthew, wherever you are, whatever you are doing, nudge, nudge, who knows? I mean, it could be any number of things, but we do miss our moose. We'll have him back. He'll give us a proper gaming quiz, on his return, I believe next week. And shout out to Boomer for the chat.
Yes.
Love us some Boomer. Even if he can't teach you how to be stealthy, Kim, we still love him. All right, that's it. I think we are going to get out of here. Go have the great rest of your weekend. We will talk to you all next week. And in the meantime, have a great night.
Thank you for listening to the Overseas Connection podcast. See you same time next week.